This is an audio production quick take by Marwak. The content that follows is from the ebook VoiceOver on Linux, which explains how to create professional voiceover products using Linux and associated open source software. Today's topic is Tempo with SOX. We'll be working with a demo file I made called tempotest.wave, which is very short, it's just a few seconds long. But we're going to be using the SOX tempo effect to make it go faster and go slower, and that is make it longer and shorter without changing its pitch. First, let's demo what the original file sounds like. We'll use the SOX command play tempotest.wave. This is a test of the SOX tempo effect. Observe that the command line SOX play command provides information on the file while it's playing it, and in this case we are interested in its duration. The duration of this file tempotest.wave is 3.54 seconds. This gives us a baseline to work with, because 3.54 seconds is what we're going to work from, because we know that is the normal length of that file when it's not changed. Now let's try changing its duration. I don't want to say its speed, because we're not changing its speed, we're changing its duration. With all the content still there, it's still going to say the same thing. The way you can do that in SOX in a permanent way is to say SOX input file tempotest.wave. The next file name is what you want the output file to be. Let's call it temposlow.wave, and we're going to give it a tempo of 0.75. That is, it's going to be only 75% as fast, which means it's going to take longer to get through that same segment of audio. Now let's use the SOX play command to both hear temposlow.wave and to see what its duration is. This is a test of the SOX tempo effect. Observe that we now have a somewhat longer file than we had before. The original file was 3.54 seconds long. This one has a duration of 4.71, and there's a little bit of a decimal in there, so there's more to that 1 than just the 7.1. But that's what we have, a 4-second file versus a 3-second file, because we slowed it down to a tempo that was only 75% as fast as the original tempo, which was basically a tempo of 1.0. So now we have a file that has a duration of 4.71, and that 7.1 has a little more after it, so it's a little more than 4.71. But we started with a 3-second file. Now we have a 4-second file because we made it go only 75% as fast. Therefore, we increased its duration because it wasn't going as fast. It took longer to get there. Now let's take the tempo in the other direction. Let's make the same amount of audio have a duration that's shorter than its original. The way we do that is the command SOX tempotest.wave, write it to a new file called tempofast.wave. Tempo. This time we're going to put a higher tempo to it. Let's make it a quarter faster, 1.25. Now let's play our new tempofast.wave file with the command play tempofast.wave and hear it and also see what its duration is. This is a test of the SOX tempo effect. Observe that we now have a much shorter duration, 2.83 seconds, because we have sped it up a quarter faster than the original was. If you want to test any of these before actually writing to a new file, you can use the SOX play command. For example, play tempotest.wave tempo 1.25 and hear what it would sound like. But you don't have a new file after that if you want to keep it. You have to use the SOX command to write to a new file if you want that. If you have a mathematical mind, you may have noticed a pattern here in these durations and the tempo values that we're using. For example, the duration for temposlow.wave of 4.71 seconds equals 3.54 seconds divided by 0.75. And likewise, the tempofast.wave with a duration of 2.83 seconds is the same as the original duration of 3.54 seconds divided by 1.25. Now this is fun to play around with, but there's a practical value in all of this. Suppose your VoiceOver client wants that tempotest.wave file to be exactly 4 seconds long. Well, you're close, you're 3.54 seconds long, but you are 0.06 of a second too short. So how do we fix that? We use the tempo effect in SOX to make that right. And the way we do that is you see the pattern, so you take the original length, 3.54, divide it by your target length, 4 seconds, and that gives you the factor that you need to give the tempo effect value to. And that factor in this case is 0.885. So now we do SOX tempo test.wave. Our output file is going to be tempo 4 seconds.wave. Tempo value 0.885. Now let's play tempo 4 sec.wave and make sure it sounds right, and also double check the duration from the metadata that the SOX play command gives us. This is a test of the SOX tempo effect. And as you can observe, we're right on the money, exactly 4 seconds long. This has been an audio production quick take by Marwak. For more details on using open source tools for audio processing, see the ebook Voice Over on Linux by Mark Caldwell Walker.